Welcome back. Are you enjoying your life? I know someone who doesn't. It's me. But also Grant Thompson. He's not enjoying anything anymore. Grant Thompson is dead. And that's what I was planning to talk about the last episode. If only we weren't to watch half an hour of a cutscene essentially. But we'll get to that possibly today, with all the gameplay planned in front of me. Right before this commentary note, or that is to say after.
The teleport sequence you just witnessed served several purposes. It effectively separates Alex and Gordon, alerts Dr. Breen and the Combine of your return as a viable threat, and sets the player off on their journey with a clear goal in mind: reach Black Mesa East. Several instances of content otherwise cut from the game can also be spotted in this scene, such as the barren, sandy wastelands and the ichthyosaur.
Ichthyosaur, alien shark. That's not what ichthyosaur is, not on Earth. And it shouldn't have been used as a name for the creature. But when we talk about computer assets, maybe that's fine. But if we're talking about actual nature, like head crabs, they're neither heads nor crabs, but the name is unique, so it's fine. And now to Barney. Oh look, this apartment building that's standing out. It's very tall, very interesting, very contrasting with the rest of the architecture we came across up until this point. Bal. Look at all these. Barney.
The Citadel's on full alert. I've never seen it lit up like that. Get out of City 17 as fast as you can, Gordon. Take the old canals, right? They'll get you to Eli's lab. It's a dangerous route, but there's a whole network of refugees, and they'll help you if they can. I'd come with you, but I gotta look after Dr. Kleiner. Oh, and before I forget, I think you dropped this back in Black Mesa. Good luck out there, buddy. You're gonna need it.
Alright then, so we're set out, as the previous commentary note said, to combat Combine, essentially. And we're being equipped with a crowbar. Maybe iconic, but also completely inadequate. Now, this commentary note is about to talk about the whole full alert of Citadel, and how the swarms of scanners have been released, which is totally bollocks. Scanners are too small to be seen in your vision. Their angular size is too small to be resolved by your eye, so they wouldn't be seen like that. Also, why was half of the wall of the Citadel opened up like this? And what did that help with? Other than maybe show you these ribbings that look like claws, that make it look like a bug and make it menacing because nobody likes bugs. Let's see what's the commentary note have to talk about.
Here, Gordon Freeman is reunited with his iconic crowbar. Having a commonplace tool as the initial weapon of the Half-Life games helps establish Gordon as an ordinary person, being thrust into extraordinary circumstances. It also helps to reinforce the fact that while the series is full of outlandish sci-fi elements, it still has its basis in the real world.
Yes, basis in real world. Yeah, that's something I always found interesting. When you hit anything with a crowbar, it leaves a mark on the wall, because of course it does. But the problem is, this is just a texture. But this texture is used as bullet holes. So essentially all damage you deal with any weapon is a bullet hole. Right, so what did he say? Grounding you in reality, making you a common person with also with the sci-fi elements. Yes, we've got the sci-fi element of the entire Citadel, the whole occupation, our have suit, but we also get a crowbar to combat all the opposition. We're already sticking out because we've got armor on ourselves, that's orange, and we are faced with the combat tasks of doing combat. But Barney gives us a crowbar, not even a pistol. Very grounded in reality, very realistic. giving someone that has an important mission a stick, essentially, to deal with problems. Amazing. Right, so Grant Thompson. Oh great, an iconic music of combat, or at least, no, not combat, this specific section, it's fine. Grant Thompson now. And now we can face scanners directly, pretty much, instead of trying to throw buckets at them. There we go. And they also often drop batteries to charge up your armor. Ouch. Yeah. The way he died, quite silly. Another accident, really. Just to go along with other events that have lately happened in the YouTube world. Which is to say, that Emily person got herself killed on a scooter, getting herself under a truck. How unfortunate. Now Grant Thompson also wasn't assaulted, wasn't, I don't know, doing anything overtly dangerous. He was enjoying his vacation, I presume, because what he did was he went for a paraglide, I think. And there he died. He took a paraglide and he had a freak accident resulting in his death. Totally devastating for anyone who cares. Oh, there's a med pack. I never noticed it here. Never ever. Yeah, they can't climb fences, so we're off. Oh, how abrupt. I was hoping the music is gonna come to its natural finish, where, you know, it stops, the whole loop goes, the whole piece goes over, but no, it just fades out. Kind of disappointing. Isn't gonna say it here? We had 2 loading zones already. Yep, root canal. Root canal. They're gonna talk about it in a commentary note. How it is something painful and such to compare root through canals as the procedure of root canal, which is how you. Well, that's a complex operation actually, or surgery, or just a dental procedure, where when your tooth is being bad, it's being drilled hollow, and then it's filled up with a filling, and that preserves it. Looks quite rough, feels quite rough, from what I've heard. We lost him. Ain't he smart? I guess not. I guess the joke's on us. Well,
you'd better run. There's nothing else you can do here.
Wasn't perfect, but I guess did show off a bit. We got a gun. We got the gun that we craved from moment 1, really. And maybe from the first time we've seen them lying on the ground when Alex saved us. Yeah, strange that the guy with a gun came all the way over here. I thought there was a guy coming at us with the stun baton. I'm convinced. Guess he changed his mind, or just picked a better tool for the occasion. How well did that work out for him? Yeah, beating and root canal. I wouldn't know how horrible root canaling is, because I've got quite healthy teeth. So brush your teeth to avoid horrible pain. That's an idea for you.
During development, many different animations were attempted for the civil protection officers. However, many of the various attempts didn't seem to fit them very well. It was then decided to give them a bullying personality by putting a touch of swagger in their step and having them lead with their chest as they walk. They also let their stun batons do the talking, so they always have one in hand. These small hints through body language are why players can recognize a Metro Cop's personality without much in the way of facial or vocal cues.
Is that so? Have you picked up on it? I hardly did. They were just enemies, not swaggers in step. Yeah, your weapon, as usual, is being lowered when you're aiming at someone non-hostile. But can you still shoot them? Yes, and they're still immortal. Cause fuck continuity, right? Either not let me or don't try to sway me that I shouldn't be shooting them. And we're talking about realism, or at least people in the game were. That ruined it. Oh yeah, the method. Oh, the weapons were so weird. Maybe I'll get to talk about them later once I'm done with talking about Grant Thompson. Funny thing about a pistol, it's actually the most accurate gun in the game, but it's also the most shittiest gun in the game. That is to say, least damage, because it's a pistol. And it's only a bullet that's traveling at the supersonic speeds at your face, so how good could that possibly be, right? Oh, am I missing how accurate that was? Maybe the first shot was as good as I was hoping for. Hunt pigeons. The sky rats. See, that's pretty accurate. Yeah, zooming in really works quite well as a sniper rifle, but you just need to zoom in, and then only first shot is valid. And also, you can shoot when zoomed in, so there's shit to deal with. Yes, gameplay, perfect. Yes, Grant Thompson got himself into a freak paragliding accident. And why would this train stop like this? Only for us to be able to progress through here. Let's try to have a listen to the announcer in the space out in the void. Oh jeez, there's quite a few coming of them. A few of them coming. Still can come back and gather up ammo, cause never wasting anything. Waste not, want not. See, like that. And already fucking stacked on ammo. You can be plowing through shit with just the gun soon enough. Yeah. Yeah. So a person that was friends with, oh look, a trash can got blown over here. A person that was friends with Grant Thompson that I'm not gonna mention because his channel is bigger than mine, so he's not gonna. I'm not gonna get anything from advertising him, nor will he. So I'm not mentioning him by name. He was friends, apparently. They were. And Grant said to him how he feels making YouTube videos are becoming a drag. Imagine that, right? Your dream job of just fucking about and doing funny things is becoming something so tiring for you. And you could hardly quit, right? Because the job is easy and well paying, and you couldn't just go back to doing actual work, right? Alright. You laughing at me? Now you're dead. What are you going to say for yourself now? Yeah, I think we're gonna experience lots of coming back or backtracking to get ammos. Cause we could. That lost us, in the speedrun terms, that lost us like 10 seconds. But since it's not a speedrun, I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna stack myself up with everything and never need to worry, really. Like more ammo, there we go. Wasted health back possibly. Cause, you know, I was almost full. Yeah, he said that it was a drag for him. The person reports. The words he used was, it became a grind. A grind indeed, like I said, right? Because you could there's nothing stopping you from going back to doing real office work or physical work, even. Oh, we're having more problems. Look, in case you missed out on the fact that you could blow up barrels to kill a dude, there is 5 of them stacked in there, so you can kill him easily. Very easily. Oh, he still survived. Someone did at least. Well, not anymore. There you go. Yeah, I was about to crack those boards off of a chain link fence, because that's a good protection, but the gate is pretty much just opened. It is literally actually just opened and closes on its own because it's magical. Did it just lock? Well, no backtracking for us anymore. Yes. So it became what is it? A grind for him. And you know, he turned, what I would say, he's like 40 I think. What I would say is that he essentially turned into this sort of an middle-aged investor type of guy. He got some currency, or more like capital. He's able to spend it on something else. He's able to invest. He's got money to invest, right? And now he's investing in everything. He stopped being the main part of his channel. He no longer did all the things that he was doing on his channel. He essentially hired people to do it for him. He invested in his channel to do nothing. And you could see these kind of people everywhere. Like when DTube came out, and I had a little bit of an issue with it, because they thought I'm pirating my own videos. So there was a bot that tried to cause me grief, and I had to address it through their official what's that term? Official channels. And the most official channel on the internet is, of course, a fucking Discord. That sounds valid, right? And personalized. Not even a Skype call where you could see or hear the person you're talking about and have a feel for them. Make it more personal, right? More official. No, it's Discord and the group chat. Fucking hell. Not even forums where it's somewhat moderated. It's like a forum, not a fucking with the sand. What is it? Not sandbag, not sand castle, sandbox. It's not a sandbox where everyone just gathers around. Where children gather around and just spew obscenities at each other. It's a moderated forum now. It's very important and very official. Fucking Discord. Very proprietary. Maybe that's the thing they're opting for. Proprietariness makes it official. Yeah, slide off of this. That will save you damage. Also, if it breaks, it does, like we did in what is it? When we were running away from Barney's cell that he opened us. Yeah, interestingly, these checkpoints, like 50 meters away, the checkpoints 50 meters away from each other, so that no one travels in without notifying the officials. Force fields, essentially. Kind of weird, but only kind of. This is an interesting thing to be at, because it's set up that you want to kill that dude. Either, really. You want to kill either dude, and you shoot the barrel that he's next to. And that barrel is going to trigger another barrel, and that will cause you problems. We'll get another train. Cargo, I'd say, but it's so thin, it's like pyramidal, or like triangle, right? Very tall, not wide, or maybe it is just tall. I hardly have a reference. Seems slimmer because it's taller, and maybe it is slimmer, but it feels like it's gonna be less of a cargo potential than a regular what is it? A regular train, because it's thinner, so you won't be able to, what is it? Transport things that's wide. Maybe you could stack them upright, but what do I know? So yeah, back again to Grant Thompson and investing. Those fucking investors, right? They're coming. They're coming. Shit, they're hitting me. I'm being hit. I'm under fire. Maybe take cover. No, what are you, stupid? Just shoot harder. Yeah, it's also kind of weak, because so many hits are required to kill them. Could collect their weapons, probably. And probably will. Because there's nothing to go through here. So we're getting a drop. Anyway. We're not, oh yeah, I did kill them once they crossed the force field. That's nice. See? Like that. You have to let go of the zoom button. That's a nice trick. Just waste ammo, because there's plenty around. to go around. Yeah, and the investors. And when I had trouble with DTube, some guy said, well, how come I was blocked or something? You can't, well, how come I was blocked? I shouldn't be blocked. I wanna keep participating. I put money into DTube. DTube, right? The platform where you make videos for free and earn money. He paid because he was an investor. He was a white middle-aged man with too much money on his hand, with too little talent. So he decided to, instead of taking initiative and making videos, just pump money into it and hope it will pay back. And that's the people I hate, for multiple reasons. And Grant Thompson apparently turned into one of them. Yeah, because he decided to invest in his channel and no longer be a star of it. And what did Grant Thompson do, in case you don't know? Well, he was a backyard scientist, essentially. He was a guy who was doing all the silly experiments that you would never do because you had a common sense. And you would think... He had experiments like, what would happen if you threw 5 kilograms of dry ice into a tub of hot water? And he went to his bathroom, poured hot water into his tub, and did it. And what do you think happened? The dry ice evaporated, or sublimated. And there was a lot of this white smoke, obviously. That's what happens, because you've got common sense. But you wanted to see that, because you can't afford 5 kilograms of dry ice, or a big bathtub, apparently. So that's clever, right? That's content. Or, can you make knives out of this silly patsy glue? Like, there's this substance, like, you know, the two-part, not enamel, epoxy. You know, the two-part epoxies that you mix together and they solidify. There are two compounds that you mix together, and together they start reacting and solidifying like a glue. There's also a thing like that solidifies into sort of a material that you put around to sort of mend things, less like a glue and more like a clamp that solidifies in time, cures. And can you make weapons out of that? Can you make a knife out of that? Well, what do you think? A brittle shit that you mix things out of. Why do you think they sell actual knives instead of a stick of silly putty that you need to mix up? So that it's safe in transport, but dangerous once you make a knife out of. Because it's brittle. And because it's not working like that. So yeah, they did that, and it turns out you cannot make knives out of it. Shocking. So yeah, a backyard scientist that does silly things that you thought of doing, but never had the money to. And he's over now. He is. Personally, not his channel though.
Good God.
See? A trick.
You're not the first
possibly.
This is the free man. The Combine's reckoning has come.
Look, we're just a lookout for the Underground Railroad. The station's right around the corner. They'll get you started on the right foot. Meanwhile, let my Vortigaunt friend here give you a jolt to get you going.
Do good stuff, man.
Civil protection catches you down here, it's bad news for the whole railroad.
You should sell it by a bag. It's like drugs, only sci-fi. So yeah, that's where we're gonna stop. Yeah, Vortigons. Wonder when I'm gonna get to talk about them. Here, Invisible Wall. Amazing. But yeah, that's Grant Thompson's events lately. Next episode is gonna be spent on another person's killing themselves. But not an accident. As is investigated, have been investigated to be assumed. We're pretty much sure that they killed themselves, so we're gonna talk about another death in the next episode. In the meantime, fucking subscribe to me, cause I need more, and so do you. And to that end, watch all my other videos. I already have. I made them. This has been the voice from your wallet.